the first new diesel model of the MPC era. All about Lionel's U36B on this episode of Toy Train Tips and Tricks. Hello again, this is Mike with Toy Train Tips and Tricks. The year was 1974. Since taking over the production of Lionel trains under license in 1970, under the Fundimensions banner, the Model Products Corp, or MPC, division of General Mills had worked to gradually improve and expand the Lionel line. In addition to offering items in new, colorful paint schemes that had not been offered in the post-war era, Fundimensions also improved Lionel's rolling stock with new fast-angle wheels and axles, added electronic whistles and elementary sound systems to most steam locomotives, developed new 027 size heavyweight passenger cars known to hobbyists as the Baby Madisons, and added new freight car designs such as the double and triple level auto carriers. In the locomotive department, particularly among diesels, MPC had been very conservative with its diesel offerings. While the company did create a newly modified low-nose version of the GP7, which they mistakenly called a Jeep 20, the rest of the diesel offerings to this point were just reissues of tried-and-true post-war designs, NW2s, FAs, Jeep 7s and 9s, and F3s. That would change in 1974, as MPC would release Lionel's first all-new diesel locomotive since 1956, the General Electric U36B. The U36 was a logical choice at the time. It was the latest and highest horsepower offering of General Electric's Universal Series locomotives, first introduced a decade before. These GE diesels, known as U-boats among railfans, all shared a similar appearance, with only the number and placement of doors and other small details differentiating a U36 from a U33 or a U30 or a U23. Thus, with one set of tooling, MPC could reasonably recreate models from a large variety of railroads. Also, and likely more importantly, a real U36B was capturing headlines in 1974. The Seaboard Coast Line, by far the largest buyer of the U36B, realized that a locomotive in an upcoming order from GE would bear the number 1776. Seaboard, recognizing a public relations opportunity and recognizing the significance of the upcoming Bicentennial Year of the United States in 1976, ordered that the 1776 would be painted in a special commemorative patriotic paint scheme, and the locomotive would tour the Seaboard Coast Line system and later much of the United States. Soon, nearly every U.S. railroad, large and small, had one or more locomotives painted in a special bicentennial paint scheme. Fundimensions took the plunge and decided not only to reproduce this bicentennial U36B, but also to make it the centerpiece of a commemorative set, the Spirit of 76. This set, with all pieces sold separately, featured the iconic 1776 diesel, a matching N5C porthole caboose, and 13 newly designed wood-sided boxcars, each decorated for one of the original 13 states. The cars would be released a few at a time between 1974 and 1976. In addition, the 1974 line would also feature a U36B painted in the then-new Chessie system scheme. While Chessie never owned a U36, they did operate a number of similar-looking U30s and U23s. To save costs, the new diesel would share as many common components as possible, and in fact, the U36B model is essentially the same frame and motor assembly as a GP7. A single Pullmore motor, E-units, twin headlights, and 2 traction tires. Early U36 models had headlights at both ends, but the rear headlight was soon dropped. Instead of typical GE trucks, the models used the same Blomberg design EMD trucks as the GP7. However, nearly all actual U36Bs, all but 4 of them in fact, did use these Blomberg type trucks as they were traded in trucks from EMD F units. The shell is a faithful, yet not to scale, representation of the U36B. The body is shortened by a scale 8 feet to help accommodate 027 curves and to share the same frame as the GP7. The cab, however, is enlarged to make room for the pull-more motor. Therefore, the Lionel U36 has a bit of a boxy look to it as compared to the prototype. But still, all of the major spotting features are present, giving it a right-sized look about it. In 1978, the shell was redesigned slightly, with the headlight on the low nose being replaced by a smooth nose with no lower headlight. The U36B was a hit for Lionel MPC, and the locomotive went on to head other commemorative sets, such as the number 8773 Mickey Mouse Express and the number 7500 for Lionel's 75th anniversary set in 1975. Other U36Bs of the MPC era included models painted for Union Pacific, Frisco, Burlington Northern, Illinois Central, Santa Fe, Great Northern, Northern Pacific, Southern, Reading, and the Monon. Most of these road names also have an available matching dummy locomotive, and some of these dummies include horns. As with several other Lionel products of the 20th century, MPC's miniature U36B was more popular than the real locomotive. In fact, the last U36B was built in 1974, just as Lionel was beginning production of theirs. Only 3 railroads originally purchased the U36B. Seaboard Coast Line was by far the largest buyer, with 108. The ill-fated Auto Train Corporation originally ordered 17 to operate passenger trains between Sanford, Florida, and Lorton, Virginia. Like the Seaboard Coast Line units, these also used Blomberg-style trucks from traded-in EMDF units. When financial difficulties struck the Auto Train, they were unable to pay for the last 4 units in the order. General Electric then sold these 4 units to Conrail after swapping out the EMD trucks for typical GE trucks, making these the only 4 U36Bs not equipped with Blomberg-type trucks. The 3600 U36B was typically used for fast freight, or in the case of Auto Train, passenger operations. The locomotive was known to have rail adhesion difficulties due to its high horsepower to axle ratio. And the 1974 oil crisis made that fuel-guzzling 16-cylinder prime mover a financial liability. A 6-axle U36C was also produced, with 124 purchased by United States railroads, including Santa Fe, Clinchfield, Erie-Lackawanna, and Milwaukee Road. Lionel also produced a 6-axle U36C with versions decorated for Chessie System, Southern Pacific, and Delaware and Hudson. The return of cheap fuel in the 1980s and improvements in the wheel adhesion system made the successor of the U36B, the visually similar B36-7 locomotive, a far more successful locomotive, with more than 200 built for U.S. railways between 1980 and 1985. Seaboard, which was by then Seaboard System, was again the largest buyer with 120. But Conrail purchased another 60, while Santa Fe, Cotton Belt, Southern Pacific, and the Southern Railway also purchased B36-7s. In Lionel land, the U36B is also a slippery locomotive featuring only traction tires for added traction. As built, the locomotive tops out at about 10 cars on straight level track. However, with the addition of some weight in the fuel tank, it can pull significantly more. The U36B remains a popular model in the operator market today, with box examples generally selling for $150 or more. Operator quality models without boxes are more frequently in the $75 to $100 range, although a bargain can sometimes be found, such as my Chessie System version that I purchased 2 years ago for right around $50. The most desirable model is the Mickey Mouse Express, which can often bring in $300 or more at auction. Interestingly, MPC's U36C locomotives tend to sell for less than their 4-axle counterparts, except for the handsome Delaware and Hudsons, which tend to sell near the high end of the non-Mickey Mouse U36 market. So, if the railroads of the 1970s and 1980s are your thing, consider adding a U36B or a U36C to your roster. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it, and if you did, please like it, share, subscribe, leave a comment about your experience with these U36B and U36C locomotives, and tell your friends and neighbors. Until then, keep those trains running, and we'll catch you next time on Toy Train Tips and Tricks.